Hey guys, it's Paradise, and the Monster Hunter Wilds hype train hasn't slowed down, and here is some details you don't want to miss from the recent TGS Capcom stream. There was even a mysterious roar at the end, hinting to a brand new or returning monster that has got the community puzzled as to if it is new or simply the flagship's roar. Now, Capcom have previously teased new and returning monsters via roars at the end of trailers before, such as Tigrex, Nagakuga, and even Brachy. We did, however, get a bunch of new gameplay and even an extended cut of the fourth trailer. Yes, an extended cut, showing off the return of Yian Kut Ku, a fan-favorite beginner monster that hasn't been included in the last few games. If you are a fan of getting destroyed by pecs, then you'll be happy to hear that Yian Kut Ku is returning in Wilds. We can see loads of Yian Kut Kus in this nest surrounded by Wudwuds as they're all chilling together, and the camera pans out to show even more Yian Kut Ku at the top of the ruins and in the distance. While this is a smaller monster, it can be a bit of work for some players as it just continuously moves at high speeds towards you and aims its beak directly at your face. If you aren't familiar with this monster, it was first introduced back in the original Monster Hunter game, so it's actually a real OG like Rathalos. The wiki says the Yian Kut Ku is capable of moving at high speeds thanks to its lightweight and small stature. It is also able to produce flaming projectiles coming from its flame sac, which can be shot from its mouth at attackers. It can spew 3 flaming projectiles at the hunter when enraged and moves faster. So this will probably be the first steps of getting some elemental weapons after you defeat it, meaning you can finally have your very own chicken decapitator. Yes, that's the name of the weapon. Something that has been a topic of discussion within the community was if the game would basically be open world or what Capcom are calling seamless. We have known from various interviews that the game will allow you to seamlessly transition between locales, similar to other open world games. And today we finally have seen some footage of this in action, and we 100% know from the developers that we can walk from the Windswood Plains into the Scarlet Forest. It will be interesting to see how this impacts the overall gameplay of Monster Hunter Wilds, as this means we have the possibility of hunting monsters across different locales if they retreat to a different area during a hunt. The video also showed us more about the different weather types that we'll experience and highlighted the downpour in a bit more detail. But we know that there will be even more to come when the other locales are revealed. We commonly get around 5 big locales in the base game of Monster Hunter titles, so we're expecting around 3 more locales to be revealed in the future on the lead up to release. One of the most exciting parts was definitely the Yian Kut Ku reveal and the roar at the end of the trailer, which was specifically commented on by Ryozo to look out for at the end, which highlights both Yian Kut Ku at the end and the roar. Now, they have previously done roar teases at the end of trailers before similar to this, to give the community some fun at guessing what the new monster is. However, in the past, these roar teases usually come with some kind of extra hint, like a visual effect or a silhouette, which is missing from this one as it just shows the box art in the background. Because of this, many people believe this is simply Arkveld's roar, the flagship's roar, which is possible. If any of you guys have any good ideas on who the roar belongs to, do let us know, as it could be Arkveld's, but it does sound a bit different to his roars that are present in the trailer itself. Anyway, on top of this, we also got to see Gemma's forging cutscene as she makes the hunter a bone greatsword. You can tell they've really dedicated a lot of assets to the small details in Monster Hunter Wilds. On top of this, we actually got to see the armor inspect screen, or a sort of HUDless Smithy, with the hunter sampling a bunch of different armor sets like Chatacabra, the Chematrice, the Shagma, and interestingly the male version of Lala Barina's armor set, and finally the Balahara. But it is cool to see Gemma on the side chilling and doing various poses as you inspect these sets. We also got a closer look at some of the endemic life, one of my favorite features of World and Iceborne. I loved capturing the little endemic life to have them as pets in my home, and hopefully you can display them like that in Wilds too. We got a really cool close-up of the Amstrigians, which will always be baby Pukes in my eyes. But remember, plants and endemic life are meant to be much more developed in Wilds, and they can actually grow and change if you observe them for long enough. So I believe the babies will actually leave the nest if you watch it for long enough. You can also see some very cute blue lizard boys hanging out here, and hopefully they've expanded on the systems around endemic life to allow us to have a bit more interaction with them and maybe do more with them in this new setting. Another cool detail is a closer look at the sort of quiz you can play with the handler, as she helps you find the weapon that is right for you to play. By sharing your playstyle preferences, she will share weapons with you that you should try out, and you can then test these weapons out on the training barrel right next to her to get a feel for it. This is actually something we got to experience in the Gamescom demo, but weren't allowed to record, so it's very cool that you guys get to see this now too. And another cool thing that we got to see is more on the food, and they've done an amazing job at making it look very nice. This cheese melting over the bread looks amazing, and we got a snippet of the portable barbecue, which lets you cook a meal anywhere out in the world, so you no longer need to run back to camp to get your meals in. Something that doesn't add anything directly to the gameplay, but we do actually love, is that there was this short scene of the Palicos just acting crazy for a little bit. You can see our Palico practicing their bonking skills, while Athos is getting ready to clap something by training with its sword. It's awesome to see this, and the small touches really give Monster Hunter its identity. And talking about Palicos, the stream also showed 2 Palico equipments, the Vigor Wasp and the Shock Trap, and we can expect to get even more of these Palico equipments, and I'm assuming many cool new ones that might come from the Wudwuds. Well, Monster Hunter Wilds is shaping up to be a ton of fun, and don't forget we should be getting a bunch of cool new stuff this weekend when the developer stream happens, which will likely have the first gameplay in the Scarlet Forest. So if you want to keep up to date on all things Monster Hunter and more on your favorite games, make sure you're subscribed down below, because we're going to have way more videos coming your way very soon.